2 days of heavy snow and strong wind have dramatically changed the landscape in southern Manitoba. A powerful storm dropped plenty of snow Tuesday into Wednesday. Blowing snow advisories are still in effect for much of the region. An overnight parking ban has been issued in Winnipeg so crews can efficiently clear snow off the streets. Winter has certainly made its presence known in BC's lower mainland. The snow that fell earlier this week is still on the ground. Even more is expected starting Thursday. Overseas now, where heavy rain has triggered flash flooding in the Italian province of Catania, the downpours have washed away a number of roads, and still more rain is expected. Finally, a powerful earthquake has taken the lives of more than 50 people in Indonesia. The 6.5 magnitude quake struck Wednesday in the northern province of Aceh. This has been Force of Nature Extended.
Being short of breath and having a chesty cough don't hold me back.
Except you're always too out of breath to come for a walk.
Your coughing keeps me awake.
They may have a point, but now I found a new drug-free way that may help relieve my symptoms.
AeroSure Medic is a clinically tested dual-function medical device. AeroSure Medic could reduce your shortness of breath, help breathing, and help clear mucus.
Now I can breathe easier and enjoy life.
Find out if AeroSure could help you. Visit your pharmacy or aerosure.ca.
When you need power, get it from the bank. The compact portable reactor power bank. Boost batteries single-handed even in an emergency. Charge phones, cameras, and laptops. For portable peace of mind, this is power you can bank on. The Reactor Multifunction Power Bank. Only at Home Hardware and Building Center locations. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
The best get-togethers aren't about caviar or coat checks. They're about late nights talking, laughing. They're about songs you can't sing and photos you don't remember taking. A good get-together doesn't need doilies, centerpieces, or assigned seating. We don't even need to come to the front door. Getting together just needs friends and something to get us together. Get together. Get Tostitos.
For super rich color, you need super rich care. Excellence hair color from L'Oreal. Its exclusive triple care system protects, replenishes, and conditions every strand. Hair is 85% more resistant to breakage with stunning color.
And absolutely no grays.
Experience the #1 gray coverage brand in Canada. Excellence by L'Oreal Hair Colorist Paris.
Unexpected situation? New root cover-up by L'Oreal. 3 seconds to flawless roots. 3, 2, 1. Roots gone. New root cover-up by L'Oreal Paris.
It's never been easier to share your photos and videos. Visit theweathernetwork.com to upload your local weather and nature favorites and explore those created by weather fans from across Canada. Get connected, get creative, get sharing.
Our Storm Watch coverage continues. Before I get started, I want to say hello to two wonderful individuals, viewers of the Weather Network, Mike and Jean Garner from Golden, British Columbia. You see this? This is the letter that you sent me. I'm excited because I never get letters. Nice ones anyway. And thank you so much. And I'm going to say this because I'm allowed. I'm contractually obligated to call it Kick-Ass Dark. Thank you for the Kicking Horse coffee. They were miffed at other outlets that very seldom mention the weather in British Columbia. I do. I've lived there. I used to be the morning show host for British Columbia on the Weather Network. So they were thrilled when not too long ago I mentioned my time at Kicking Horse and my affinity for your coffee. So Mike and Jean Garner, thank you for that. It's been received and I will enjoy it. Oh yes, I will enjoy it. There's been a few people around the station going, what has happened? Who gave him coffee? We have snow moving in. This is our Thursday afternoon through our Thursday evening. I know we have rain in the offing, but here's the situation, Mike, Jean, and everybody else in British Columbia. It is not going to necessarily reach the shore because of how much cold air is trapped at the surface. It works a lot like a beaver dam. It's been trapped at the surface, and it's trapped because of the outflow winds, which are brutally cold for you in Golden, but they're dropping the temperature unusually cold for the coast, and these winds will be 50 to 70 kilometers per hour straight up the Strait of Georgia. Vancouver today, high of 0, -1, wind chills feeling deeper below 0. And then we get into the bone-rattling cold. So you're through Salmon Arm, you're through Golden, you take the Trans-Canada, you hit Calgary, and then everything freezes. Winnipeg, heavy amounts of snow. Blizzard conditions from yesterday, snowfall warning is still in place. It moves east. It eases the wind chill as we get to Friday. We have to wait until late Friday for that to take effect. But when that sets in, the frigid Arctic air moves in right after that. And then you're going to see temperatures continue to plunge. Now, what's happening in Ontario is that system is now sweeping over the Great Lakes, and this is our future radar, which takes us out from Wednesday to Thursday, Friday, and that's where we have likely the first significant lake effect event of the season. Temperatures that are way below 0 are crossing over Lake Huron, Georgian Bay, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, all averaging 9 degrees above 0 for the lake temperatures. That is not those two areas are not going to get along. That's going to create an immense amount of lift and a good amount of snow. We have snow that's drifting through New Brunswick for today. That's what I was telling you is on its way out. As we get through Thursday, the next low approaches. It's looking to stay at this point all rain for you in the Avalon Peninsula, but we do have rain at times mixing with snow, especially on the wraparound for all of the maritime provinces, and it will also be a wind event. Beware of warnings, but of course we'll keep you posted on that. Your locals are now.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. upload.theweathernetwork.com. Visit our new and improved video gallery showing you the latest weather news, viewer videos, and more. Only on theweathernetwork.com.
Welcome to this week's installment of Around the World in 60 Seconds, the viewer video edition. Our friend Norma Leslie often sends us videos of beautiful sunrises. Not this time. The sun was nowhere to be seen in her latest submission. And while snow is the topic of discussion, let's go to BC's Lower Mainland. The region's first major snowfall of the season recently led to school closures and widespread transit delays. It was a similar story in northern BC with one difference. Temperatures there have been in the minus teens to minus 20s. Despite all the snow and cold temperatures, this little guy is certainly enjoying the change. Sammy Nadal says it's her 10-week-old puppy's first snowfall, which begs the question, is there a gene that makes dogs love the snow so much? Winter and Christmas are just weeks away. Reminders are everywhere, and a song comes to mind. Finally, it seems squirrels get into everything these days. In summer, they dig up your lawn. In fall, it's your decorative pumpkins. Greedy little squirrel. If you'd like to see your videos on Around the World, send them to us on Twitter, Facebook, or upload them to our website.
Florida Adventures is brought to you by Greater Fort Lauderdale. From blue wave beaches to the exotic Everglades, explore endless ways to play. Your escape begins at sunny.org/Canada.
This is Margaritaville in Hollywood Beach, Florida. Heading here in the winter, well, your temperatures are going to range between about 24 and 28 degrees Celsius in terms of your daytime highs. There's something for everyone here. If you're an adventure seeker, you have to try this behind me. This is the Flow Rider Surf Simulator. I think I'll be giving that a go later on. If you want to find out how you can visit this area and experience it for yourself, well, you could win a trip for a family of 4 to Greater Fort Lauderdale. Head to theweathernetwork.com.
Whenever I need you, you are there. I want to thank you.
Merci, the pleasure to choose from a unique collection of fine European chocolate.
Canadians count on the goodness of Shreddies to help them do a little good. Like Shelby, who volunteers at a firefighter camp to show young women they can do anything. Genuine goodness, it's in all of us and every bowl of good whole wheat Shreddies.
Food can get stuck under your dentures. With 3 small dabs, Polygrip helps seal out up to 74% more food, so you can enjoy more of your favorites. Polygrip helps seal out up to 74% more food.
This R2 unit must be delivered to the rebellion.
Come on, R2. Welcome to the rebellion.
This is for you.
Duracell and Children's Miracle Network are powering imaginations everywhere. Only in theaters.
Nivea In-Shower Body Lotion. After washing, apply and rinse. 24 hours of moisture with no sticky feel. Then get dressed and go. Delight your senses with new In-Shower Cocoa Butter. Available in the body lotion aisle.
Not everyone speaks Sriracha.
Sriracha.
But Wendy's is fluent. They know when a true fan says Sriracha, they really want a Sriracha chicken sandwich done deliciously different.
Sriracha.
Jack cheese,
Sriracha.
infused aioli, and even Sriracha! Baked into the bun. Some might think Wendy's is taking it too far, but if you speak
Sriracha?
Sriracha, you understand that's not possible. Wendy's spicy Sriracha chicken sandwich, yours to love for a limited time.
What are you liable for if someone slips, trips, or falls on your property? Learn more at ibc.ca.
So it's the age-old question. What happens when you take an Arctic high that slides over the prairies, forcing wind down the Columbias through the valleys and creating an outflow situation, and it meets up with a very warm South Pacific area of low pressure? Okay, maybe it's not an age, maybe it's just me that asks that question. But when they collide, they will equal, in this instance, snow. Those outflow winds will not change direction until that low moves in, but that low is coming in very moisture-laden. Obviously, as it's coming in from the Pacific Ocean, those two collide, they're going to meet up and create this 10 to 20 brand new centimeters of snow just west of Vancouver, but Richmond north through Van, out through UBC, 5 to 10 centimeters. Anyway, that's what happens when that takes place. You go north and then east of the city again, so east in through Surrey and then toward Abbotsford and east in North Vancouver. and we start moving out of Coquitlam, and then we cross, then we go up the Sea to Sky Highway, and it's going to be even more snow. So there's that Arctic high. Now, here's the next question. What happens when this area of high pressure meets with the low that's in through northwest Ontario? This happens. This is what happened in Manitoba yesterday. Rathwell, Terry Wilson, and boy, you don't mess around, do you, when it comes to removing snow? You bring out the heavy hitters. This is what's still to come. Winnipeg could still see upwards of another 10 centimeters before this is all done, all thanks to the wraparound residual. Then the wind is still there, and the wind chills are just going to get more intense, actually. Northwest Ontario from Thunder Bay north, again, up to another 10 centimeters of snow. Then it slides south, the instability, and moves east over the Great Lakes, which are very warm. We have snow squall warnings to the northern lakes, but then as this starts to tip from Thursday, Friday into Saturday for more of a northwesterly flow, anywhere from Grand Bend through Goderich, all the way up through Port Elgin, 20 to 30 centimeters, and the same around the basin of Georgian Bay as well. So Wasaga Beach and Collingwood will be into that. Everybody will have some sort of at least view of the snow. The air that's coming across is Arctic, cold air. Wind chills in the prairies that are into the mid-30s. We get a modified version of that. But what modifies that cold before it gets to us? The lakes. The lakes are close to 10 degrees. The southern lakes, maybe not Lake Superior. So when that happens, there you end up with your lake effect and your powerful snow squalls. Temperatures this evening and into tomorrow. We're watching this next low make its way into the Atlantic provinces, staying a little further offshore.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast is brought to you by Champion Power Equipment, powering your life.
2 days of heavy snow and strong wind have dramatically changed the landscape in southern Manitoba. A powerful storm dropped plenty of snow Tuesday into Wednesday. Blowing snow advisories are still in effect for much of the region. An overnight parking ban has been issued in Winnipeg so crews can efficiently clear snow off the streets. Winter has certainly made its presence known in BC's lower mainland. The snow that fell earlier this week is still on the ground. Even more is expected starting Thursday. Overseas now, where heavy rain has triggered flash flooding in the Italian province of Catania, the downpours have washed away a number of roads and still more rain is expected. Finally, a powerful earthquake has taken the lives of more than 50 people in Indonesia. The 6.5 magnitude quake struck Wednesday in the northern province of Aceh. This has been Force of Nature Extended.
You know those days when you feel like a Tim Hortons Turkey Bacon Club and chicken noodle soup? Or no, maybe a cream of broccoli soup and chicken bacon ranch wrap. Or even a steak and cheese panini with Caesar salad. Well, no matter what you're feeling like, you're gonna love Tim Hortons' new $5.99 Perfect Pairings. Right now, have a wrap or sandwich and a soup or salad for just $5.99.
Determination. It's what it takes to be undisputed. Giving up is not an option. So you give it everything you've got and power through. This is what you're made of. F-Series, built with the same undisputed determination.
Daytona Beach is the perfect place for families who want to kick their vacations up a notch. The fun, the excitement, everything you feel is real. Really real. On the original American Beach.
The plan was no white sofa till college.
Joshua.
But with iClean fabric only from Lazy Boy, most spills clean easily. So plans changed.
Please be a girl.
It's a boy. A messy one, too.
Store-wide savings on great-looking styles for your entire home.
New iClean fabric at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Could I get a pack of extra miles, please?
You forgot to ask ID.
A 40, I'm proud of it, you know.
40? What you talking? Oh, yeah, I can see now.
Our new Android app will help you stay ahead of weather. New photo and video upload from the app, improved navigation, notifications for severe weather alerts, detailed forecasts, and dynamic radar maps. Download now.
Welcome to summer in southern Alberta. The snow is wreaking havoc in this city.
Storm watch for the storm that is on its way into tomorrow for you in British Columbia. Here's the lowdown. We have outflow conditions, sub-zero temperatures that are going to continue through the weekend. Winds coming from the east over the Rockies, through the Columbias, our valleys, and then out our coastal mountains. It's going to be meeting up with a very juicy, moisture-laden system in from the South Pacific, and it will equal accumulating snow. Right along the coast, 5 centimeters. Deeper inland, 25 centimeters. This is what happened in Manitoba. How about this down at the American border in Emerson? Canadian Border Services said, somebody help us. This is deep. And that's an example of some of the drifting. How much snow actually fell. In many areas from Somerset, Manitoba, through Marysfield, Saskatchewan, I just stepped in the way of it, over 30 centimeters. Estevan, Winnipeg, close to 30 centimeters as well. Snow squalls on the way to Ontario. That's one of the stories we're going to follow when we come back. But right now, it's time for the Long Ranger.
Thanks for joining us, taking a look at the long-range forecast. Joining me, meteorologist Dr. Doug Gillum, and it looks as though the freezer door is opened and everybody is jumped in.
It is. It's amazing. Most of Canada with below seasonal temperatures this weekend. Highs in the -20s on the prairies, overnight lows into the -30s. Could even see a few -40s. Now, the active storm track on
I'm
Saturday.
sorry, did you say minus 40s?
And that's not wind chill.
Wow. Okay.
So the storm track mainly south of the border. The lake effect snow in southern Ontario will be winding down as we go through the day on Saturday. We still will have sea effect snow showers in Atlantic Canada. Just some lingering flurries from our late week system in southern BC, but keeping a close eye on this next system. Could be dealing with some mixing, even some snow again for the lower mainland as we go into Sunday and Sunday night.
All right, we've got a lot of people that are out Christmas shopping this weekend. I mean, skiers and boarders are going to be thrilled because this is a good setup for the holidays, but I mean, this could seriously impact some travel.
Well, it's not a major snowstorm, but as opposed to the lake effect Thursday and Friday in narrow bands, this is widespread system snow, widespread 5 to 10 centimeters. Can't rule out a little bit of mixing, but it looks like this is going to be mainly just snow across southern Ontario and spreading into southern Quebec. This system then tracks into Atlantic Canada on Monday. Exact storm track still highly uncertain that far out, but this is something we'll be wanting to watch early next week.
All right, we've got colder air coming in behind it, so welcome to the deep freeze for you in Ontario. I mean, we've been seeing above seasonal temperatures, but Monday, I mean, 1 for Toronto compared to minus 16 for Calgary.
Yeah, the Arctic air this week has really been focused on the prairies, and just some leftovers has been tracking into the Great Lakes, cold enough for lake effect snow. But this time, it's different. Let's take a look at how this plays out. As we go into the middle of next week, the focus of the Arctic air is going to be right towards the Great Lakes. And some of the models show that southern Ontario will have trouble going above minus 10 on Wednesday, and we will have a multi-day major lake effect event mid to late week.
All right, thanks, Doug.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been brought to you by O'Keefe's, guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands and feet.
And here are the top 5 coldest places on Earth.
The U.S. takes the 5th position. Prospect Creek, Alaska has dipped to a low of minus 62.1 degrees. No surprise that Canada grabs the 4th spot on the list. An 82-kilometer trek southeast of the Alaskan border, Snag, Yukon, once dropped down to a frigid minus 63 degrees. Number 3, don't let the name fool you. Some parts of Greenland have plummeted below minus 64 degrees. And at number 2, imagine this, minus 71.1 degrees. Russia is home to the coldest inhabited place on the planet. This town's 472 residents endure 7 months of the year below freezing. And number 1, Antarctica is without a doubt the coldest place on Earth. NASA recorded a temperature of minus 93.2 degrees on the East Antarctic Plateau. For more top 5 videos, go to our website, theweathernetwork.com.
Florida Adventures is brought to you by Greater Fort Lauderdale. From blue wave beaches to the exotic Everglades, explore endless ways to play. Your escape begins at sunny.org/Canada.
It's hard to believe that this is downtown Fort Lauderdale. This here behind me, that's the New River. It runs right through the downtown core. I'm at the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. It's ranked among the top 10 most visited theaters in the entire world. Over 700 performances happen every year here, and starting up on December 13th is Cinderella. If you want to experience this for yourself, you can enter to win a family trip to Greater Fort Lauderdale. The details at theweathernetwork.com.
Whenever I need you, you are there. I want to thank you.
Merci, the pleasure to choose from a unique collection of fine European chocolate.
No matter what stage of life you're in, no matter which path you've walked, you and your family deserve to feel secure and protected. At Canada Protection Plan, we think that life insurance should be available for everyone. So whether you're a person with health issues, are hard to insure, or simply want reliable coverage fast, we have a policy for you. Canada Protection Plan is the leading provider of no medical and simplified issue life insurance in Canada. We believe in providing compassionate service, affordable plans, and now with coverage up to $1 million, we have a policy to match everyone's needs. And your first month's premium is on us. Compare us to similar plans and benefits, and you'll see that our rates are among the lowest. When it comes to buying life insurance, you have a choice. Speak with your advisor or call us now to see why. 1-877-306-9090. Canada Protection Plan. Simply peace of mind.
This Dyson purifier warms you in winter, cools you in summer, and automatically removes pollutants and allergens all year round from your home.
For more emergency preparedness information, go to redcross.ca/ready.
The storm moving into British Columbia is like a prize fight. In this corner, wearing the blue silks, Arctic high pressure, outflow winds, making it feel to the coastal mountains with the wind chill into the minus 20s, where it starts from, feeling into the minus 40s. In this corner, wearing the red silks, coming in from the South Pacific is an awful lot of moisture with this area of low pressure. Who wins? Arctic high pressure wins every time. That rain converts over, that potential rain converts over to snow, and heavy amounts of it. Right along the South Gulf Islands and then in through the lower mainland, you're looking at what starts off as 5 to 10 centimeters, but progressively gets closer to 30 centimeters of snow. That's your Thursday, Friday. There's that area of Arctic high pressure, but it has another battle, and that's with this area of low pressure that's now sneaking across Ontario. What wrapped around behind it was this. Oh my, this is in Carberry, Manitoba. Thanks, David, for sending this in. That is accumulating snow. And I think there was a school that we just saw off the top there. So, A, I don't see anybody in the playground, so snow day. B, what kind of a fun snow day is that? Oh, I used to dream of snow days like that. Endless forts, snowball fights, and all sorts of other hijinks that I'm not going to get into now. But there's so much fun you can have in the snow. Now, where does it go to next? I just finished mentioning the low is now into northern Ontario. What wraps around behind it? We have wind chill, and then this cold Arctic air sinks south and moves east over the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes, which, by the way, are still very warm. Through the weekend, when we go from a southwest to a west to a northwest wind, all shores of all Great Lakes, from Huron, Georgian Bay, and up through Lake Superior, will be seeing snow accumulations. And then the United States, just south of us, they're really going to feel the brunt of this from Ohio through Pennsylvania and into New York State. So why does this happen? You have this cold Arctic air that comes in from the prairies. Try this again. And it's riding over water. Now, warm water, Ontario, Erie, Michigan, for what it's worth, and Lake Huron are all around 9 degrees. Arctic air creates a temperature gradient. It sucks up all the moisture and dumps it over its first hint of land. But this time it comes in as snow. We have snow that continues to push through the St. Lawrence. We have another low that comes up from the Atlantic, but this one's now starting to stay a little bit further offshore Thursday, Friday, into Saturday. Now we're looking at more of a snow event through Nova Scotia, snow turning to rain in Newfoundland.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast is brought to you by Duracell, trusted everywhere.
2 days of heavy snow and strong wind have dramatically changed the landscape in southern Manitoba. A powerful storm dropped plenty of snow Tuesday into Wednesday. Blowing snow advisories are still in effect for much of the region. An overnight parking ban has been issued in Winnipeg so crews can efficiently clear snow off the streets. Winter has certainly made its presence known in BC's lower mainland. The snow that fell earlier this week is still on the ground. Even more is expected starting Thursday. Overseas now, where heavy rain has triggered flash flooding in the Italian province of Catania, the downpours have washed away a number of roads, and still more rain is expected. Finally, a powerful earthquake has taken the lives of more than 50 people in Indonesia. The 6.5 magnitude quake struck Wednesday in the northern province of Aceh. This has been Force of Nature Extended.
If your kitchen has an open-door policy, you need a new fridge. And if you need a new fridge, choose from top brands you trust. And if you choose a top brand, you'll want to get it at the best price. And if you want the best price, go straight to the experts. At the Home Depot, we can help you find the perfect choice for less. Because we know appliances. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing.
Yes means the world to you. When the world keeps saying no, it gives you room to breathe and room to play. Yes should be easy, because life isn't always. Yes is something we've said to over 150,000 Canadians who needed a second chance. If the bank isn't an option, we're here with loans up to $15,000, which can help rebuild your credit and put you on a better financial path. Welcome to Easy Financial, your one step closer to yes. Apply at easyfinancial.com.
IKEA presents The Wonders Downstairs in Market Hall. Here you'll find serving plates everyone has room for. Who wants seconds?
Happening now, the Volumized Brow. New Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer from Maybelline, New York. Our first brow mascara with fiber-infused gel. Fills gaps, adds volume precisely. Maybelline's Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. Make it happen. Maybelline, New York.
Hey, this is for you, Peggy. Peggy?
Wake up, wake up!
PetSmart is a wide selection of treats, toys, and more to make your best friend's holiday magical. Spend $35 and get a $5 holiday bonus bucks coupon. PetSmart.
We got an updated tornado warning.
There's one over there, and there's one over here. Wow!
438 strikes in the last 10 minutes.
What a light show last night.
The Weather Network. Your weather when it really matters.
Stormwatch continues for a number of reasons. First, we have the system that continues to depart across the prairies, but we have this next wave making its way into British Columbia. This is going to have a dynamic impact on traffic, on all pedestrian traffic as well as car traffic through the South Gulf Islands. Victoria, you're in it this time. Vancouver, you're in it. And we're looking at accumulating snow. With the cold temperatures and the outflow winds, this next area of low pressure is moving in. And that's going to, this low essentially is the only thing that stops the outflow winds, because we have the winds right now because of the Arctic high in the prairies, and all the winds are flowing from where we have extreme cold alerts through the interior and from the Caribou all the way north to Yoho. But when this low comes in, it'll change the wind direction. But this low is coming in from the Pacific with a lot of moisture. So 70 to 90 kilometers per hour will be the gusts along West Vancouver Island, 50 to 70 through the Strait. But with that moisture colliding with that Arctic cold, it will be all snow. You cross the Rockies and it is some mid-winter wind chill. Normal this time of year for Calgary, Edmonton is mid-minus single digits. You're into the minus 20s. Through the overnight hours, it gets even colder. Now, Saskatchewan, we opened up the week with a heavy snow event for you. But as it continues to move out, in moves these very cold temperatures. Now, Roland sends us in from Manitoba, and that's where the system was just yesterday. So if you follow the progression of things, Monday in Saskatchewan, they do have a completely different take on snow removal in Manitoba, don't they? They take it by the megaton. We had the blizzard, that was yesterday, through all of southern Manitoba. The blizzard warnings continue for today in North Dakota and areas of Minnesota, but it's gone for Canada. Lake effect will continue through Friday. That lake effect may be the last of it for the season because that cold Arctic air from Alberta switched to Saskatchewan yesterday, overnight tonight and into tomorrow, and then for tomorrow into Manitoba. And that's going to end the lake effect. Lakes Winnipeg and Manitoba will all be frozen over. Right now, Lakes Erie, Ontario, Georgian Bay, Lake Huron, all your temperatures are on average at 9 degrees above zero. But we have that cold polar Arctic air overriding it, and this could be the first round of significant lake effect snow affecting all traditional snow bands. We have a snow squall. We've had snow squall warnings from the northern shores, from Parry Sound north all the way to Kirkland Lake. But then we have the winds switching around from the west, or Elliott Lake. And then we have the winds coming in from the west. So depending on the oscillation of the winds, that's who's going to be hit hardest with the snow. The shores are looking at 15 to 30 centimeters. We have the latest round of snow. A lot of this is very, very light. As we go into Thursday, it continues to move further north. There's the center of that low. But then we have that Atlantic low that pushes north. It looks now that it stays a little bit further offshore. From yesterday, remember yesterday, it was moving right through Nova Scotia. And it was all rain. Now Nova Scotia looked like a mix to snow. It still stays as all rain for you in the Avalon Peninsula. And the wind will be intense as well. Your locals start now.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Salon Paws for effective relief.
Well, I'm here at the foot of the Terrace Bay Road where these wind drifts are just so intense.
Quite a storm, probably a blizzard, but maybe not. A blizzard, by definition, is a severe snowstorm with snow, blowing snow, very strong winds, cold temperatures. But did you know, before 2010, every single province and territory had different criteria to define a blizzard. Some had wind chills to 25 below, others didn't. So in 2010, Environment Canada standardized these storms. Now think of 444. Winds of 40 kilometers per hour or greater. This event will last 4 hours or longer, and the visibility will be reduced to less than 400 meters. When you think of a blizzard, think of 444. And now you know more.
Weather and Beauty is brought to you by the 3Q Dryer, where luxury meets power.
Okay, Chris, I have had a lot of fun in the sun, and my hair is really showing it. It is dry, and I need my color fixed. How do I go about this?
The first thing you want to do is get your hair cut. Once you have split ends, you can't repair them. They need to be cut off. We will redo your color. We're going to tone it, try and get rid of the brassiness that you get from the sun. Chlorine, salt water, they all do that to your hair. I also want you to switch to a shampoo that's heavier, has more moisture in it. Stay out of the pool, stay off the flat iron. Should be fine.
1, 2, 3, 4. I know what you
Caramel, hazelnut, nougat cream, and chocolate. Toffee Bay brings everything together.
All those things you love and want for all my favorites.
There's so much fun in Toffee Bay.
It's pretty nice to feel special.
This holiday season, there's a better way to connect to your family. Switch to Vonage, a new and better home phone service that delivers incredible value. Now you can enjoy unlimited calling across Canada, the U.S., and 60 other countries for just $9.99 a month.
I have family in India, Australia, and Europe, so I can call anywhere, anytime.
With Vonage, you also get our best calling features and quality you can count on.
A huge selling point with Vonage was that I was able to keep my number.
Vonage is really cool because it works on my home phone and on my cell phone.
All I need to do is call my house phone and I can get a hold of either my mom or my dad.
When somebody leaves me a voicemail, I get an email and it is word for word the voicemail they left me.
It's just $9.99 a month for the first 6 months. That's 69% off. Act now. Everything you need to get started is included. Vonage is all about giving you our best.
I'll never leave Vonage.
Call 888-746-2760 or go to buyvonage.ca.
Hey, this is for you, Peggy. Peggy?
Wake up, wake up!
PetSmart is a wide selection of treats, toys, and more to make your best friend's holiday magical. This weekend, get a photo of your pet with Santa at PetSmart.
Closed captioning is brought to you in part by Easy Financial. Personal loans that help rebuild your credit and get you back to lower rates. easyfinancial.ca.
Municipalities are gearing up for round 2 of BC snow, but residents are reminded there are things that you need to do as safety is a shared responsibility.
We want the public to make sure that they are planning ahead if they are going out. If they are going to be driving out in the weather, make sure that they have their snow tires on. They are checking the weather events, our weather forecast. We also are encouraging and reminding all the residents and the businesses out there that all Vancouver property owners and occupants are responsible for clearing snow and ice from the sidewalks, as this is a barrier for obviously the public, seniors, and people with disabilities to get around. So the responsibility is that they have these cleared by 10 a.m. on the morning of a snow event.
All right, you take a look at the accumulations that we are expecting, 5 to 25 centimeters. So I know that's a big disparity, so why don't I just get to it. If you are anywhere from UBC through Vancouver, in the suburbs, and then out through the city center, Robson, Granville Island, etc., and the airport, 5-ish centimeters. The further north, and of course the further east we go, the closer we get to those 25 centimeters. Winnipeg. Hey, there are several areas in anywhere from North Van through Mount Seymour, but then also Burnaby, Coquitlam, that could look like Winnipeg by the time this system is over. Now, we have blinding snow. The difference here is that in the eastern prairies, we have very powerful wind chills and strong wind. So the snow is blowing around, reducing visibility and closing a lot of major roads, including the Trans-Canada in Manitoba. We have that same air mass that's going to be moving over the Great Lakes. Right now, out ahead of it, we have a southwest flow. As it passes, a west flow, and as it moves by, it comes around from the northwest. Bottom line, Thursday through Saturday, we are looking at a snow squall event. The exact same 3 days as what's happening to you in Vancouver, Thursday through Saturday. Anywhere from trace to a few centimeters around the Golden Horseshoe, 5 to 15 centimeters Barrie and in through some of the closer to Toronto ski areas. But then around the shores of the Great Lakes, we're looking at upwards of 30 centimeters of snow, depending on the direction of the snow bands. This low is actually now going to be featured a little bit further offshore, meaning we will likely see a mix, but then turning over to snow as the winds wrap around behind it for you in Nova Scotia. You'll have the same mixing turning over to snow for you in the Avalon Peninsula as well. Your local forecast, that starts now.
As you plan your activities in the coming days, here is the local forecast for your region.
This local forecast has been brought to you by O'Keefe's. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands and feet.
Cialis, now available at a reduced price. Ask your pharmacist for Cialis by name.
Kia wants you to unwrap a deal this holiday season. The Kia Sportage is ranked highest in initial quality by J.D. Power and comes equipped with winter-ready features like heated side view mirrors, heated front seats, and optional Dynamax all-wheel drive to help you navigate our harsh Canadian winters. Or step up to the highly awarded Kia Sorento. Right now, receive 0% financing on most models, plus up to a $1,500 holiday bonus. Visit your nearest Kia dealer and unwrap a deal today.
This R2 unit must be delivered to the rebellion.
Come on, R2. Welcome to the rebellion. This is for you.
Duracell and Children's Miracle Network are powering imaginations everywhere. Only in theaters.
Nivea In-Shower Body Lotion. After washing, apply and rinse. 24 hours of moisture with no sticky feel. Then get dressed and go. Delight your senses with new In-Shower Cocoa Butter, available in the body lotion aisle.
Canadians count on the goodness of Shreddies to help them do a little good. like Shelby, who volunteers at a firefighter camp to show young women they can do anything. Genuine goodness, it's in all of us, and every bowl of good whole wheat Shreddies.
Plan ahead and stay safe with the Severe Weather Outlook, the Weather Network's new forecasting tool. It provides 3 days notice of impactful weather and informs you about the risk of severe weather. Check it out at theweathernetwork.com. Plan ahead, stay safe.
The science behind cyclogenesis, or simply the birth of a storm. There are two favored locations for storms to form, and they do so for different reasons. Spot number 1, east of the Rocky Mountains. Now what happens here, as a column of air moves down the mountain, it stretches vertically and shrinks horizontally, not unlike a figure skater bringing in their arms to increase their speed of rotation. Well, this increased spin or vorticity induces lift and a new low forms. Alberta Clippers, Colorado lows, classic examples. Location number 2, off the east coast of the United States, and here, temperature contrast is the prime ingredient. Warm, moist air over the Gulf Stream in contrast with the polar air over the continent, and voila, you've got a volatile recipe. And if the conditions are just right, a nor'easter is born.
So Ireland's 9 years old. She's had, over the last couple of years, been very anxious about thunderstorms and rainstorms and any types of storms, and she was very, very scared. So I feel like our hands are tied. We want to help her, and we're just not sure what we can do for her. So we did reach out to the Weather Network, and we were very grateful to have a response and to be invited in here to talk about storms and and the safety and what to do during storms.
Peyton, nice to meet you.
Listening to Ireland talk, I got this sense of her being very scared of these storms, but it's something I actually understand. Simply because I used to be Ireland. I used to hide under my bed when thunderstorms came.
As a child, I used to be very afraid of thunderstorms, to the point where I actually would have the Weather Network on all the time so I could keep watching and monitor any storms coming my way.
Good morning, you're watching the Weather Network, and today I have two very special and beautiful guests. I've got Peyton and I've got Ireland.
It's a legitimate fear. It's definitely something that's not something to take lightly. It's something to respect. And at some points, you have to sort of begin to deal with that fear and turn it from something very negative into something that's positive. If something goes from an irrational being scared of it to a respect for the thing that you're scared of. Well, it's funny because a lot of the things that scare you as a child end up fascinating you as an adult. But it's that first step that you take to gaining that little bit of knowledge, and then there's another step, and eventually, I'm kind of hoping, we may see her here working at the Weather Network as a meteorologist, or I'm going to see her beside me under the mesocyclone.
I'm glad that I came to the Weather Network, and thank you for having me.
Storm watch coverage continues. Really rough conditions these past couple of days in places like Winnipeg, Manitoba. Take a look at the scenes there. Very poor travel conditions, snow-covered roads, and very poor visibility. You could hardly even make out the cars in that video there on your screen. Now, I want to show you here the storm summary and some pretty impressive snowfall totals so far, to say the least, for several areas across southern sections of Manitoba. In fact, Somerset, Manitoba, 35 centimeters of snow, and depending on where you are throughout the city of Winnipeg, 17 to 29 centimeters of snow. Incredible stuff there. And you can see the snowfall still impacting Manitoba. Certainly not as heavy as it once was, but still, it's a tough go. A cold northerly wind, still some lake effect snow off Lake Manitoba and Lake Winnipeg and Saskatchewan, Alberta. It's quiet, but dangerously cold is the theme here. Overnight conditions, very chilly, minus 23 in Edmonton, feeling like minus 28. Regina, very cool as well. And then tomorrow, that cold air continues to impact the air, so very cold start, making sure those cars are nice and warmed up as we head out the door tomorrow, making sure they're nice and defrosted and putting on lots of extra layers of clothing before we start our day on Thursday. Let's get an update, though, on the snow situation right now in the city of Winnipeg.
Currently, our operations that we have in place today is that we're working on a priority 1 and a priority 2 plowing operation with both graders and loaders and truck plows, of course. And what we're doing is focusing on that and getting through that operation throughout most of the day. You'll also see some road salt operations going on, sanding operations following up these major plowing operations, but right now that's our focus. And to properly achieve that deliverable, we've been implemented a declared snow route parking ban, which essentially extends the annual snow route parking ban by 2 hours, which starts at midnight tonight, and will follow through to at least Friday morning, 7 a.m. December 9th.
Yeah, what a tough go it's been there in Winnipeg the past couple of days, it is for sure. Now, across Western Canada, British Columbia, we have a series of advisories in place. We have special weather statements for an impacting or a winter storm that's looking to take aim for the area as we head towards the end of the week. And also Arctic outflow warnings in that purple there. And so as we head towards tomorrow evening, we'll start to see the snow spread in through Vancouver Island, Victoria, up through Nanaimo, Tofino getting in on the action, gusty winds too. The lower mainland, Vancouver, and much of the greater Vancouver area, likely squeezing out a dry evening commute, but then overnight, that's where the snow becomes much more widespread. You can see that impacting much of the lower mainland and still holding on to snowfall across Vancouver Island. We'll watch for mixing, though, along the shorelines of Vancouver Island for places like Tofino and Victoria as we head into Friday. Now, snow squall warnings are still in place from Wawa down through Sudbury. It's been a rough day for travel on the Trans-Canada Highway here east of Lake Superior. Been dealing with some lake effect snow, and we're watching that taper off by tomorrow morning east of Lake Superior, but it continues up through Cottage Country east of Georgian Bay, and then significant lake effect snow developing across southern Ontario, places like London. Big time impacts tomorrow late afternoon, continuing until Saturday. So a lot to watch here across the country the next couple of days. We will keep you updated on that. All right, so coming up next, we'll get an update on from Chrissy Van on the storm heading into BC. Stay with us.
As you plan your activities in the coming days, here is the local forecast for your region.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Medipac Travel Insurance. Travel insurance for Canadians who know they're heading south this winter.
For super rich color, you need Super Rich Care. Excellence hair color from L'Oreal. Its exclusive triple care system protects, replenishes, and conditions every strand. Hair is 85% more resistant to breakage with stunning color.
And absolutely no grays.
Experience the #1 gray coverage brand in Canada. Excellence by L'Oreal Hair Colorist Paris.
Unexpected situation? New root cover-up by L'Oreal. 3 seconds to flawless roots. 3, 2, 1. Roots gone. New root cover-up by L'Oreal Paris.
Hey, it's me, the bathroom stall. Can we talk toilet paper? Tell me, which toilet paper trick do you use?
The conveyor belt.
Conveyor belt. Classic trick to make up for flimsy toilet paper. You should try this. Cottonelle with clean ripple texture. It's thicker with ripples and designed to remove more, so you can stop overcompensating.
Okay.
Come on in. I have some for you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Ditch the tricks. Just wipe with Cottonelle Clean Ripple Texture.
50 years and still undisputed. That takes determination. Which is why we're always working harder to build you a better F-Series truck. Introducing the all-new 2017 Super Duty. It's tougher and more capable than ever before. Part of a smarter F-Series lineup that lets you do more as you push forward. F-Series, Canada's best-selling line of trucks for over 50 years.
Cialis, now available at a reduced price. Ask your pharmacist for Cialis by name.
Safety tips are brought to you by Insurance Bureau of Canada, representing Canada's private home, auto, and business insurers.
I've got my winter boots, coats ready to go, and tires changed on my car. Celeste, how can I make sure my house is prepared for winter too?
Absolutely. Well, your biggest concern, like mine as a new homeowner, is water. Frozen pipes are no easy fix. So be sure to have any exposed pipes fitted for insulation sleeves. Also, keep your plumbing fixtures running regularly and test your water shutoff valve. If you do end up with a frozen pipe, you'll want to make sure that's in good working order. You can also make sure to keep your AC units and gas meters clear of any snow and remove icicles from your roof.
Do you know how to help protect your home from winter's wrath? Learn more at ibc.ca.
Winter weather can wreak havoc on your vehicle. That's why it's important to make sure that you and your car are ready for the colder temperatures. Here's a checklist to make sure that your vehicle is winter ready.
Fluids are crucial. I start with antifreeze coolant. We want that level topped up. We want it clean. We want your engine oil done at a regular basis and that oil level adequate. Brake fluid at least at the minimum mark in the reservoir. Washer fluid, you should always have that in the bottle, making sure it's ready to roll. Power steering fluid, again, minimum level. Make sure it's clean. Make sure it's working for you.
Well, one of the things that you can do at home, check your wiper blades. Check to see whether or not it's cracked or is splitting. That could mean that it may need replacing.
In the Canadian weather, batteries hurt through the severe winter weather. We want to check terminals and connections, make sure they're clean and concise, make sure it's working, make sure it's getting adequate power. Any battery at minimum 5 years old, you got to think about replacing. With the braking system, your three major signs are squealing, grinding, and a low brake pedal that can show signs of abnormal brake wear. Something you want to get inspected, and we want to make sure you're stopping, especially during that inclement weather.
If you're one of those people that thinks cross-country skiing is boring, well, then you've obviously never heard of Nordics.
It's cross-country skiing, but on a ski cross course.
Which means athletes race through a specially designed course that includes banks, berms, and rollers, not to mention jumps, uphill climbs, and up and downhill turns.
It is kind of tricky because you don't have edges on those cross-country skis, and the skis are quite skinny and the boots don't give a lot of stability.
Which can make the prospect of hurtling downhill on wooden slivers daunting for even the most seasoned skiers, especially once reaching the finals when 4 athletes race at once.
Yeah, I skied this course yesterday once on alpine skis and then on cross-country skis, and I have to commit I was really scared.
For the Weather Network, I'm Deb Matiechka.
British Columbia is full of natural wonders you just have to see. From the island to the Northern Rocky Mountains Provincial Park, there is so much to capture the imagination. But for many, Whistler is the crown jewel, and we have a stunning time-lapse to prove it. Away from skiing and nightlife, Whistler is a great place for sky watching. While finding great spots away from city light pollution is easy, the winter months may not be the best time to look at the heavens. December can see over 60 millimeters of rain and a meter of snow. As well, Whistler sees on average just 30 hours of sunshine in December and 40 in January. When the skies are clear, you may be lucky to see the Milky Way and even the Aurora Borealis. Some of Whistler's best viewing spots include Rainbow Park and the scenic Duffy Lake Road. From there, you can take in over 400 billion stars and all the beauty the mountain has to offer.
Municipalities are gearing up for round 2 of BC snow, but residents are reminded there are things that you need to do as safety is a shared responsibility.
We want the public to make sure that they are planning ahead if they are going out. If they are going to be driving out in the weather, make sure that they have their snow tires on. They are checking the weather events, or weather forecasts. We also are encouraging and reminding all the residents and businesses out there that all Vancouver property owners and occupants are responsible for clearing snow and ice from the sidewalks, as this is a barrier for obviously the public, seniors, and people with disabilities to get around. So the responsibility is that they have these cleared by 10 a.m. on the morning of a snow event.
Yeah, another snowstorm taking aim for the BC area as we head into the end of the week. Started off our week on a wintry note in Vancouver, more snow to end the week. We'll get to those details in a moment. Overnight conditions, -2 in Montreal, -1 in Halifax. Big time cold still impacting much of Western Canada, -24 the low, down towards Yellowknife. Wind chills much colder than that. All right, so a wide range of snowfall accumulations with this next system begins as early as tomorrow afternoon. So 5 to 10 centimeters, what we're thinking for Metro Vancouver. Higher amounts as you work your way east towards Burnaby and Abbotsford and up towards Coquitlam. Some of the highest pockets of snowfall, potentially 30 centimeters. And as we head towards tomorrow evening, we'll kind of time this out for you here. Snow spreading in through southern Vancouver Island, Tofino, down through the Nanaimo, Victoria. Starting to see some light snow potentially developing across portions of the lower mainland. But we think that most of the greater Vancouver area will see a pretty decent evening commute tomorrow, but certainly not the case overnight, though. A lot of areas across southern BC, the BC South Coast, moderate snow, poor visibility, some strong winds from time to time as well. Then we head towards Friday morning, coastal areas changing to rain, so places like Tofino, Victoria, seeing that mixing, but periods of moderate snow Friday morning in the Vancouver area, highly impacted morning commute on Friday morning, so be prepared and plan ahead for that. Thursday's conditions, frigid out there across the prairies, that certainly is the word, quieting things down weather-wise, especially in Manitoba after days of significant snowfall. But still staying very bitterly cold, that is for sure. Across Atlantic Canada, maybe a few spotty showers overnight across portions of Prince Edward Island and also Nova Scotia, but a better chance for maybe some steadier showers in Halifax tomorrow, but still not looking like a bigger event. All right, taking it now to Fall River, Nova Scotia. Today, not a decent day, had some cloud cover overhead across the Maritimes, but temperatures just below the seasonal average. A nice day, though, to maybe get out and about. Again, watch for just a couple of showers tomorrow. Halifax, Charlottetown, some mixing. St. John's are dry, but then by Friday, some messy weather will move through. And we'll have your Long Ranger coming up in our next segment. Stay with us for your long range forecast details.
As you plan your activities in the coming days, here is the local forecast for your region.
Trusted everywhere.
We all know that the cost of things not covered by most provincial health insurance plans keeps going up. The cost of prescription drugs, up. The cost of dental care,